The mutant cell has positively benefited Valby in an astronomical way, giving her one of, if not the most broken side effects in this game permanently. So let's have a look at Valby and let me go on into why she's so goddamn good, and let me give you a rundown on everything, so let's get right on into it. So my Perma Valby build has not actually changed, it's just the tree that has been the main component of this build that has changed. Now I did also do some more in-depth testing on some other things, but I'll go into that later. Now you could replace Ambush for MP Collector if you would like, that's just another option for you if you are into that. I personally think that I'd rather have the Ambush because the damage numbers are more satisfying, but the rest of this build is basically the same as my Perma Crit Valby anyways. Next up, let's talk about the external components and the reactor. Now, the reactor is going to be the same, except you are just going to want to make sure that you've got a scouting rifle for the Blue Beetle or hand cannon for the Peacemaker. Now, if you were to use the Peacemaker or the Blue Beetle would give you a full 100% crit rate, but the hand cannon, that being the Peacemaker, would give you less crit rate, but still just as much damage when you charge up all of the stacks on it. So either of these are perfectly fine, it's just that with the Peacemaker you have to maintain the stacks, with the Blue Beetle you don't, so it's a bit of a give or take, completely optional, and both weapons work very well. I've done in-depth testing on them and I can confirm that they both are basically, if not little to the same of each other, so make of that what you will, just use whichever weapon you prefer. This is perma crit, so I prefer the Beetle, but if you prefer the Peacemaker, that's still perfectly fine. Next up, for the two stats in the middle, non-attribute and fusion, and then you're going to want fusion and skill cooldown. That's going to help you the most with this bubble build. So for your external components, you are going to want the following: a full mage set, ideally with MP recovery out of combat, MP recovery in combat, and MP recovery modifier being your three main things. The resistances don't matter, the bottom stat, the processor, doesn't matter. Having toxic resistance on here would be nice, and max shield, but it's not essential. The three main things you want are the MPs, so make sure to grab yourself some of them. Next up, let's go on over the arcade tuning tree for Valby. Now with the tree, this is what I have concluded is probably, if not the best for Valby specifically. So you're still going to want to go to your right up to your skill power, then you're going to want to go up to your cooldown. Now from here you've got two options, you can either increase your crit rate or your crit damage. If you want to increase your crit rate, you would take these four off and stick them over here, and then you'd get some more crit rate, and you can do the same but with crit damage. I personally prefer the damage, but this is completely optional. Now you're going to want to go up here. The two choices between Valby you have is defense neutralization, or you've got the other choice, that being non-attribute cohesion. Now after in-depth testing, I would not recommend non-attribute cohesion. It is good, don't get me wrong, but it is significantly more effective having Valby absolutely destroy everyone's resistances and their defense. Valby can already debuff electric resistance. I'm not 100% sure if this is stackable, but with the defense neutralization, this is by far the best core with Valby. Your damage will just absolutely rip everything else apart even faster, and I cannot recommend this enough. As for the build on the Blue Beetle, I don't actually have a build on there, and with the Peacemaker I just use this as a grapple weapon, so it's just got these two modules on here. On my Blue Beetle I've just got this, which is the Defense Master as well, but it really doesn't matter anyways. Malevolent is going to be my main damaging weapon if I was to use one. This is the standard purge setup on the Malevolent, so this is what I would use. I've been using fire because I've been running some Sigma Sector recently, but any element would be fine, but this is just the one that I use. Last but not least, let's just go on over my inversions real quick. Now for Valby, I would recommend going with Adrenaline Rush, Biodensity Augmentation, and then Probabilistic Recovery System would be quite good, or Neurostim would be good. So now let's go into some Valby gameplay and let me show you what she is capable of. So for the 400%, let's start off with this. With the mission that we are running is Slumber Valley in public. We have an Inés, a Viessa, and another Valby. So let me show you how strong my Valby is and the sort of damage figures I can do. Now, I use this build in the way that I stay inside of Valby's water all the time to basically maximize my crits and get crits all of the time. So that is something that you are going to need to just keep an eye out for this gameplay, that I'm just constantly inside of my water, but you'll see my damage is absolutely insane, and I'm sure to end the run with plenty of damage. So I'll just let this play out. You guys can sit back and enjoy all the beautiful orange crits and enjoy all of the Valby gameplay. So yeah, I'll see you guys once we pull up to the boss. So with Valby, the way you'd want to set up here is just by setting up with the water, and you can see my Valby just deleting both of the boss's HP at the same time. You can see that the Inés in this run wasn't really doing very much, neither was the Viesa, so it was basically all up to the Valby. Not a problem, because my Valby absolutely destroys anyways, so this is essentially what to expect. Now even here you can see me just basically bowling. The teammates are taking over and actually doing some damage in this one, which is kinda impressive. Now over here you can see that I got over 400 million damage with Valby, which is very impressive damage, especially given that, you know, this is a short dungeons, under 4 minutes, so you know, yeah, that was some pretty good gameplay. Now onto the Sigma sector we go. Okay, so I'm back. Let me give you a quick pointer with all of this stuff. So with this, I do think that you guys should 100% be playing Valby while standing in the water. That's the main part of this crit build. Other than that, this resistance removal does work with Colossi, it works with everything, so this can work and destroy every single type of thing. So it is worth to use this with bosses, with absolutely everything, and it's just the best sell for Valby. And especially with this build, if you didn't notice the damage difference, that's okay. I assure you it is there, and you're not going to notice it 100% of the time, but you will see it in how fast enemies die, so on and so forth. But anyways guys, that's basically been this video, and I hope you've enjoyed. We hit just shy of 300 million damage, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace!